Disappearances happen every single day. Often we choose not to think about them, but statistically, roughly 600,000 people a year go missing. Some cases are solved, others remain unsolved, and some are fated to remain that way forever. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 ongoing discoveries and unsolved cases. Cops find a bullet in a girl's bedroom. In New York, police officers posted an image of a bedroom belonging to a young girl. Initially, it is easy to mistake it for a little girl's bedroom. Inside were teddy bears, toys, and pink bedding, but a sinister mark lies right above the bed. A bullet hole, mere centimeters from where the girl's head would have been. The NYPD believe this case could have resulted in a fatal tragedy had the bullet hit just a little bit lower than it did. It pierced through the wall entirely, barely missing both her and her toys. The image was posted to serve as a reminder of the reality of firearms. The bullet came from outside the house. Alongside the picture, the New York Police Department included a caption. Every time you hear about a shooting, think about this stray bullet that made it into the bedroom of a precious little girl. The haunting reality of what happened that night must have been traumatic for the poor child, whose young life could have been ripped away so suddenly because of someone else's conflict. Fortunately, the NYPD have issued an official statement that no one was harmed and that one of the people responsible for this heinous occurrence was caught and arrested. The child in question was staying with her sister for the weekend, a weekend which was meant to be filled with joyous fun and games, but could very well have ended with the little girl irreversibly harmed. The father of the girl was in the apartment at the time, but claimed to have been asleep when the near tragedy happened, awoken by the loud sound of a pop which prompted him to check up on his daughter. Having had enough life experience to know the sound of gunshots when he heard them, adrenaline filling his entire being as he rushed to see if his daughter was safe. When he checked the rest of the house, he found multiple bullet holes had made their way through into the home. There was one on his bedroom door, one on the bathroom door, front door, even bullet holes that had just hit above their couch, and, of course, the infamous bullet hole inches above the girl's bed. Their Harlem apartment suffered quite a bit of damage. When interviewed by the New York Post, he recounted she could have been playing in her room, she could have been going to the bathroom, she could have been sitting on the couch. My oldest daughter could have been here, my granddaughter could have been here. I was here, it could have hit me. The incident shook their family to its core, and ever since the occurrence, he has been sleeping on the couch while his daughter sleeps in his own bed, too afraid to let her sleep in her own room. When asked why he did this, he responded, "I want her to have sweet dreams. I don't want her to see that type of violence." The disappearance of Susan Pearson. In 1966, a woman by the name of Susan Elizabeth Pearson was last seen in Missoula, Montana, and has not been seen since. Miss Pearson, an American woman from Portland, Oregon, went missing due to mysterious circumstances. She had been a graduate student at the University of Montana and was teaching there as an instructor at the time of her disappearance, days before her doctoral thesis was due. She was last seen by her friends on campus, as she was meant to take her business administration exam but never arrived. Likewise, Susan missed 2 work checks meant for her adding up to $1,200, which were never claimed. Initial searches for the woman were futile, yet when the police checked her apartment, they found it in pristine condition, untouched with not a single sign of struggle. Her car was soon thereafter found completely abandoned in Missoula's business district. Her belongings were still in the car when the police checked it. They found her keys, purse, and other necessities inside, ones that any sane person would never leave unattended. Bones were found in 1970, but were analysed and found to be animal remains. Susan Elizabeth Pearson is one of the oldest missing persons cases Montana has had in the past century. Curiously, Miss Pearson was the granddaughter of Walter Pearson, Oregon's Democratic senator. Susan King, who was one of Susan Pearson's friends and a prominent singer at a nightclub, told the police that she had visited her on the night before her sudden disappearance, and that Pearson was in a frantic, nervous state. It was just a different Sue, she had stated. A prominent piece of the puzzle was the information King also received. Pearson mentioned leaving her life behind to begin anew in her frantic state. Later, she added that 2 delinquent boys from the course she was teaching threatened her with physical violence. Pearson's brother, David, added that it appeared his sister rushed out of her apartment and the tea kettle was left to boil on the stove. Days after her disappearance, there was a report of a sighting in Lolo Pass, but evidence of her actually being there is non-existent. No further sightings were ever reported. Sam Heslop disappearance. A British flight attendant called Sam Heslop disappeared on the 7th of March 2021. Since then, police still have no idea what has happened to her or where she is. The former flight attendant was on the sea sailing with her 41-year-old boyfriend, Ryan Bain. The pair were out in the Caribbean when she went missing at the start of March. Since then, police have been trying to find her, though Ryan Bain has suggested she fell overboard and drowned. Ms. Heslop's friends and family have demanded a thorough search of Bain's yacht, Siren Song, but Mr. Bain has refused the search of his yacht despite the fact it was the last place where Ms. Heslop was seen alive. Currently, the Siren Song is moored in the US Virgin Islands, and the Virgin Islands police spokesperson Toby DeRima has stated that a warrant is required to search the yacht. They cannot search without a court-sanctioned warrant and admits they hoped Mr. Bain would simply allow them, but did not. Ryan Bain has remarked how distraught he is over his girlfriend's absence, but he only reported her as missing over 10 hours from the moment she disappeared. Her family and friends are deeply suspicious of his behaviour. A lawyer has been contacted by Mr. Bain, and when questioned about why he refuses to allow the police to search the premises of the yacht, he has argued that he exercised his constitutional rights to remain silent. According to Mr. Bain, he woke up at 2:30 in the morning by the catamaran's anchor alarm, and that was when he first realised his girlfriend was gone. They matched on Tinder the prior year in July and have been together for a total of 8 months. On the night of her disappearance, witnesses have revealed that the couple went out for a dinner at a restaurant and left at 10 p.m, only for a scream to be heard at around 2 in the morning, the time she allegedly went missing. Much to Heslop's family's dismay, the police discarded the reports of a scream, claiming that there are always noises and it could have been from any one of the vessels in the harbour. Corey Stevenson, Bain's ex-wife, has accused him of domestic violence against his significant others. Sam is 5'8", athletic, brown-haired and Caucasian. The Coast Guard and Virgin Islands police are on the lookout for her, or her body, and hope to find some traces of her soon, but her parents have stated that Heslop is a seasoned traveller, and thus would have known to avoid mistakes which would result with her falling overboard. Sam Heslop worked in Spain when she was in her late 30s, and she has the soul of an adventurer, according to her dearest friends. When she and Ryan Bain met, they were allegedly smitten with each other and did everything together, deciding to take their vacation to experience adventuring together side by side. Heslop's family and friends are desperately worried for her, but with each passing day, the likeliness of her being found alive dwindles. The world is abundant with horrors great and small. There are mysteries that are fated to forever remain unsolved, never concluded, always merely speculated upon. While it seems that the mystery of Susan Elizabeth Pearson is destined to be placed into the cold case hall of unfortunate fame, whether or not that same fate is to befall Miss Sam Heslop is yet to be determined. The case is still ongoing, and we can only hope that she will be found, or that at the very least, her family will gain some sense of closure in the near future, and if it turns out that foul play did occur, that justice will be served. But what do you make of these unsolved cases? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.